Yo, what's up, chat? Sorry, that's just like a force of habit. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Discord people, forum people? It's me, your boy, Totemicbulj, also known as Mint Ponage. And we're here, back a month later. So I'm gonna try and make this more short and sweet and to the point than my other video that was like 20 minutes. So anyways, let's start off straight up at the builds. Okay, this is the build. This is what you're going to be taking. Unless there's some kind of variation people have, but you're taking 5 out of 5 shield for block. Like, look at my fucking block rating. It's 19.48. I could probably pop on, like, a block piece of, a block cloak or, like, a block necklace, I believe. Look at it right here. This bad boy. Boom, 21% block, you know? So, yeah. What did I just have on? Oh, yeah. This. So, yeah. Block. Take it. We all know you take Thundering Strikes if you're going in the enhanced tree, right? Take the Flurry. Take the Shamanistic Focus. It stacks exactly with this, but you need them both to crit, and they can stack them together for a free spell. Yeah, nice. 5 out of 5 dodge. Look at my fucking dodge rating. It's 25.15%. Like, ooh, can't touch this. Whoo, whoo, whoo. You know, that's probably our best stat, like, next to, like, defense rating. Armor, of course. 5 out of 5, yet 50% reduce movement speed. Like, that's actually really helpful for some dungeons. And some mechanics where you're slowed. Like, I could think off the top of my head, Gruul's Lair, when you're about to all get shattered and you'll have to, like, run away, like, 15 feet away from each other, you'll have a little bit more mobility with this talent. I remember last video I said do not take spirit weapons, but now that I've come to the conclusion of, like, doing all this tanking and whatnot, and side shit or whatnot, take it, because then that will put defense rating way up on the priority list and you'll be stacking defense. I've got like defense on almost all my gear, almost all. Even got the meta defense gem right there with 5 blue gems to activate it. Almost everything has defense on it, basically. So yeah, that gets me up to 9.15% parry. That's pretty goddamn good. So yeah, then skip dual wield specialization. I personally use where is it? It's like an epic weapon. This guy right here. If you're ever gonna DPS, just use this. Thing hits fucking hard. It's not consistent damage as dual wield, but I mean it can be very pumping. Like, you can go higher DPS with a two-handed weapon. That's all I'll say about that. This ain't a DPS guide. Course spirit, I mean elemental weapons, so our shit hits harder and whatnot. Storm strike, of course, take that. If you like really want to try hard, there's like a swing timer thing. You could like do it just as soon as you hit to like get another hit in there. It's nice. 5 out of 5 mastery for weapon mastery, like I said last fucking guide. 10% extra damage, always helpful. Mental quickness, of course, converts 30% of our attack power into spell power. That's the main reason we want it, but it also reduces cost of shocks by 6%. Very good. Unleashed Rage, Shamanistic Rage. 2 new talents. This one is going to be very important. It's going to be popping up like all the time. Like, look at my crit right now. I've got like 19.36. If I get buffed up, I'm like over 21%, 22% crit, something like that. Even with just popping my agility totem. So yeah, take that. Shamanistic Rage, you're not a fucking tank without this. Take it. Alright, pretty straightforward build here. 5 out of 5 concussion for harder shock spells, because you know, Frost Shock's going to be our main threat builder. We take 2 of this from Convection just so we can get further down the tree, because we're going to be putting 3 out of 3 into Elemental Warding for 10% reduced damage from Fire, Frost, and Nature. 5 out of 5 Reverberation, so we're going to be getting Frost Shocks, like, what was it? It was every 6 seconds, so what, you could get like, what, you could get 10 in, so you can get like, what, 12 in now every minute? That's way better. Elemental Focus, if your shit crits, you get a free, well, a reduced cost for the next 2 damage spells by 40%. Good. Good for Frost Shocking. Alright, that's our talents. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bam. Alright. Rotation. You ever play Enhancement? It's the same thing, you just Frost Shock. I seen in the comments, I forget the guy's name, I'm sorry dude, but you can actually use Lightning Shield for a single target threat. I wouldn't recommend it for like doing a bunch of AoE or whatnot, but yeah. it'll actually get use of your Storm Strike debuffs. I mean, I guess you could, like I said last video, fit in an Earth Shock here and there, but, you know, you probably want to be Frost Shocking since we're in straight up defensive gear. Like, we don't actually have any spell power gear like I mentioned in the last video. I have some in my bag, but I feel like if I were to wear that into something like a heroic dungeon or a raid, I would get fucking stomped on. So we'll save building up a threat build setup for like way later in like tier or what is it, phase 4 or 5 or whatever. By the time Black Temple comes out, that's probably when we'll start to need to go spell power, just like last expansion, like around Naxxramas is when you'd need to go spell power, spell crit, spell hit to actually pull threat over people. So yeah, all the totems, if you remember before, I did say I would use Stone Skin and I would use Wrath of Air. That's changed a lot ever since I actually got more geared up here. My baseline will now be Strength of Earth. That will give me more strength to actually add more block, basically. What is our block rating? Stops 165 damage, but that's also multiplied by like 25%. So that's something like a little over 200 damage blocked or some shit like that. Unless I'm straight up fucking wrong. And yeah, Mana Spring Totem, of course. Then Searing Totems for a single target. AoE, Fire Nova, like after you get a few hits on everything so that mobs don't turn around and break the fire, well, kill the Fire Nova. Then Magma. Like I said before, you could do this on cooldown, but like that's really expensive on your mana, and sometimes like mobs aren't lasting that long. Like other people have huge pumping DPS too, so yeah, might just want a Magma for the rest of a mob pull. Alright, and let's go over the other totems, why don't we? If we're AoEing, I think I might use Stone Skin. Like if I have multiple mobs attacking me, that might be a thing. I'm not going to go into the demands of melee DPS wanting Wind Fairy. They can suck my Shaman tank cock. If I'm feeling nice, I will give the DPS Wrath of Air. But in most cases, I probably want to have the Agility Totem up for myself. Like, Shaman tank is a very selfish spec. Like, we're not about giving other people totem buffs. It's more about buffing ourselves to actually tank. Funny enough, right? Kind of, what's the word? Not moronic or whatnot. Hemlox is asking if I'm comfortable raid leading. Yeah, but I'm in the middle of making a video right now. We'll talk about this later. And, yeah. Basically, did I go? Yeah. Those are some of the shamans. Then, of course, Stoneclaw. That is kind of a niche totem that I do find myself using. Sometimes, some mobs will spawn a boss. Well, not a boss, extra mobs next to them. And Stoneclaw could pick that up for me. It works. Even in AoE pulls, I pop Stoneclaw before I even pop Fire Nova, so mobs are more likely to hit the Stoneclaw than they are the Fire Nova. So yeah, that is a very nice totem to use. Earthbind, I didn't mention this really well for the last video, but this is very useful for dungeons where you're pulling huge amounts, where normally you would want a Frost Mage to improve Blizzard, stop them, but this is like a good like replacement if you don't got a mage. I'll like pop this ahead of me, then I'll chain lightning and then start like frost shocking, lightning bolting mobs as they're like, you know, running past this earth totem. They'll be kind of slow, but not. It doesn't work on every mob, but it comes in handy sometimes. Grounding totem, use it whenever you feel you need to like use it against spellcaster. Just stop some damage for people, stop some mana burns, all this other shit. Tremor, like I said before, it ticks every 5 seconds, but you know it's useful. It'll get you out of most of the fears. Like, I'm pretty sure almost every dungeon has a fear effect, if not 80%. So yeah, use that. Is that all the trinkets? Of course, the fire elemental. That actually, I realized it does some kind of AoE damage, but I mainly use it for single target. But it can be used for AoE purposes. Same deal with Earth Elemental Totem. Let's actually look at its health. Earth Ele has 7,202 HP, so that can be kept up by healers. Sometimes I tell healers, if you see me pop Earth, like Ellie, you're gonna have to probably start healing it over me if the Earth Ellie starts taking threat. But in most cases, they're not. Like, it'll come up for a couple seconds, then get fucking destroyed. So it still comes in handy for normal dungeons. I wouldn't recommend this in heroics, but I mean, maybe if your healers are fucking lit, they could keep it up. Yeah. totems and everything has been done. I think covered. Yeah, resistance totems, use them as you need them. Whenever you need fire, frost, or nature resistance. I don't have that on my bar, actually. Poison cleansing totem, I haven't found a use for it just yet, but keep it on the bar just in case. And yeah, spell cure disease, cure poison whenever you need to. That can be really helpful because sometimes healers don't actually have dispel for either of these, and you're the class with it as a shaman. So make use of all your utility spells. In terms of weapon imbues, I'm actually just going with Wind Fury because there was it's the same guy that was giving info in my other video in the comments section. I'm so sorry, dude, I forget your name, but yeah, the more hits you do, the more times you're going to be proccing this one over here, this buff, Unleashed Rage, and apparently this does like threat when it's proc, so if you're continuously proccing it, it's apparently like a warrior doing spamming Battle Shout or some shit like that. Yeah. Let me look at everything else. Bloodlust one needs to happen, I don't know. Normally I do it on boss pulls, to be honest, or when we pull a little bit too much and things get a little bit spicy on the boss pull, I mean on the like AoE mob pulls, I will bloodlust us. So yeah. Alright, let's go over gearing your shaman tank. So first of all, you're not probably going to be shaman tanking to get your gear, you're actually going to be DPSing. Like for a good amount of time I was dual wield spec, so yeah, I wasn't actually going in there with a two-hander because two-hander isn't as consistent DPS, but it can pump. I don't know if we look at my DPS here, like I'm out damaging the Ellie, but then again that was like on SV last fight where they have spell reflect up for most of the time, so yeah. Let's go over my gear. Okay, so we have my helmet, the Earth Warden. So we get that from, I forget where. It must be a quest reward or some shit. Or I bought it from something. But anyways, we got agility and stamina gems basically up to wazoo for like every piece of gear. Besides like some with yellow slots, I'll put straight up defense rating. Our meta gem is the Tenacious Earthstorm Diamond. So 5 blue gems will activate 12 defense and a chance to restore health on hit. It's good. Mark of the Raven Guard, I forget where I got this. I think it was some dungeon quest, I think, probably. 40 stamina, increased defense rating by 17. Beast Lord's Mantle, I took this from an unfortunate hunter. Actually, I don't even think that hunter wanted it or something. But anyways, pop on the Scryer Enchant for 13 defense. Get an 8 defense rating gem in there for the yellow slot. And of course, my trademark agility and stamina gem for my choice of gems for tanking, well, gearing up a shaman tank. I was trying to look for other ones that were like green gems or like orange gems that had defense rating mixed with like stamina or even agility. Couldn't really come across them or find them on my auction house. We've got the Burnous of Shifting Ages, 216 armor, 15 stamina, 12 agility enchanted, 26 defense rating, increases block value by 29. I've got alternative capes that I could use. I think it's just this one right here. If I want to have like a HP, like higher HP build, I can reach 10k HP if I'm buffed and using my like gear that has more stamina on it, basically. So there's that. Then we have the Fellstalker Breastplate. This comes from the AH. I mainly bought it because it has a lot of gem slots on it that could help me activate this, but also it has agility on it. I think what I was using before was this. Yeah, the Mistral Tunic of the Soldier. It's from Manitome's Heroic. It has a lot of stamina on it, so this is part of my stamina gear set, but 33 strength. Doesn't have any agility on it. I'm looking for agility. Fellstalker Bracers. Also got this from the AH. Put some agility stamina gems on it, and then also the enchant for 12 defense rating. So yeah, that would be very, very nice. It all adds up. Plus you get some attack power too for some extra threat. The Warbringer. This one you need to get exalted with Thrallmar. I popped an Adamantite weapon chain, and that gives me roughly about 1%, 0.75 or something, 0.7.8% parry, and just adds up to my parry. So reason why I'm doing that is because actually when we add everything up, what's 3.5 times 2? That's 7% already. 7 plus, that's like 32%, 41%. 51. We got about 60% avoidance so far as a shaman tank, so there's like a 40% window of getting critically hit, normally hit, or crushing blowed. So that's pretty low for a Shaman tank. And of course, every tank probably gets this by the time they're near 70. The Platinum Shield of the Valorous. You get this from Shadow Labyrinth, from the second boss, or no, the first boss rather. And yeah, 24 defense rating, 33 stamina with an 18 stamina enchant. I'm probably going to replace this once I get, I think I have 21 badges of justice. So I think I need like 12 more, then I'm going to get the epic shield from the vendor for my replacement for this. That'll be nice. We got the figurine of the Colossus, which increases my shield block rating by 32. So that brings me up by like 4% dodge. Like, I feel like that skill is really good with Shamans, but my alternative trinket would be my stamina trinket from doing Kara. That brings my HP up to 8.3k. I think I could get it to like 8.6 or 8.7k if I equip all my stamina pieces. Then, of course, the Adamantite figure increases defense rating by 32 and the armor by 1.2k. That's good. There's one more trinket that I would like to combine with these. Like, if I really want to like be super defensive for a boss, I will actually put Zandalari Hero Badge on and like replace figurine of the Colossus with it. Then that should bring my defense rating up to like over 450 or something like that. Maybe. Ring of the Exarchs, not a tanking ring, but it was the best thing I had for like giving me some stamina and some dodge and whatnot. Attack power on it is nice. And Dormer's Tear is from a quest I can't remember off the top of my head. Defense rating by 10, dodge rating by 26, shield block rating by 15. Be really good. And then we have the Earthen Netherscale boots. There is 500. Oh, well, I mean, I bought these from the AH. Let's be real. Just pop 8 defense rating on that from the Vindicator's armor kit. That can be put on boots, gloves, legs, and chest. But yeah, didn't put that on my legs because we got the Leggings of Beast Mastery. This is an item that would be used for hunters, right? Well, it's also used for Shaman tanks. Surprise! And yeah, just pop the Nether Cleft armor thing for 40 stamina, 12 agility. Boom, we just have like a huge stat stick pant, you know? Remember Helm of Narv from last expansion? It would be one of the epics you would get for pre-best Shaman tanking. This is basically the Helm of Narv, but for TBC, basically, in my opinion. Then we got the Fellstalker belt. Don't ask why I have all 3. I thought I could get the set bonus, but then I realized, oh, you need to be a leather worker. But it works out because has agility, intellect, gem slots on it. And yeah, agility, stamina on there. Boom. Gauntlets of the Dragon Slayer. Ugh, I DPS'd in Gruul with and I just won these. I only have to roll against one other Shaman that actually won one of these. And I didn't actually need them for DPS because they don't have any hit rating really on them. So I was like, I'm going to use those for tanking, but I'm just not going to say it out loud. So yeah, that's my gear. Let's see, that's my talents. Here's my other gear. I could go over some of the, the consumables, of course. Yes, that's what they're called. And then we'll finish the video off there for what you could use for tanking. We only got like a few things, really. I guess there's a few more things I could add, but where am I looking at? Okay, we got the Flask of Supreme Power. Could use this for more extra threat, but I'm assuming I want to use the Flask of Fortification for 500 extra HP. Heroic Potion. This gives you DPS and survivability, 700 HP and 70 strength. It's a nice option for like on-use potions. Otherwise, you could use Haste Potion or the Iron Shield Potion, which is actually kind of more better. It's 2 minutes for 2.5k. I think that might be the most defensive. And this one would be for more just DPS, straight up threat, you know. Blackened Basilisk, what does this give? Oh yeah, more threat for 23 spell power and 20 spirit. So if you need it. Still got some Grilled Squid for more agility, for like more dodge and shit. Blackened Sporefish, this gives 20 stamina, 8 mana. I thought this was the best tank food, but actually it is the Spicy Crawdad. This has 30 stamina. I mean, yeah, 30 stamina and 20 spirit. So yeah, take all those. Did I miss any other like consumable? Oil of Immolation for AoE. I don't have any on me. Maybe could still use these Dark Runes. I had them stacked up from last expansion. And yeah, that's the consumes basically. don't think we would ever want to take the attack power flask as a tank. And yeah, oh, I have 22 badges of justice. Nice. So I need like 10 more badges for my epic shields. Oh yeah, and Elixir of Mongoose is another one that you could use if you're feeling really cheap. Well, actually, no. Elixir of Major Agility is better than Mongoose, now that I look at it. So, yeah. Vindicator's armor pieces for whenever I get more pieces to, like, add 8 defense rating to them, so, yeah. Here's my resistance cape in case I ever needed it. I need more bigger bag space, but yeah, that's the gist of it. I hope this wasn't, like, longer, if not just a bit shorter than my other guide. Update for the Shaman tank. I'm not at the point of tanking heroic dungeons yet. I think I'd probably still get slapped around. I'd probably need a bigger HP pool, and I'm not quite at the point of tanking Kara, but I have kind of like pseudo tanked it in DPS gear, and like I have like key binded my tank and like tank weapon and shield. Just whenever I pull threat, sometimes Wind Fury just crits and you just pull off. So for like a brief second, I'll pop these on or whatnot just to like survive or whatnot for a healer to pick me back up. But yeah, if you're ever gonna want to get gear, you're probably gonna want to definitely either heal or DPS. You got a better chance of actually getting the gear you want for tanking if you're DPS. You'd be like, oh, that has agility and it's melee. I think I want it. And gear I'm looking forward to getting is like some PvP gear, because it has a lot of yellow gem slots as well. And resilience is another stat that I have yet to mention, but you could add that on top of all the other defensive things. You're reducing the critical damage. Like, that's just way easier to survive. Like, crits are really deadly. Like, getting crit by a boss could basically one-shot me with my less than 8k HP. So, yeah. Definitely get more HP before you actually think of doing something like heroic tanking, heroic dungeons, or raiding. And that is my 2 cents. Intopone is signing out.